He's mad about us putting up posts and cables so they can't park on the side of the road and all kind of stuff.
Did you see Bradley back there? Okay. No, I'll get it.
Does he want us to apply?
Yeah. Check.
Probably won't find it.
And it's 3 minutes.
Yes,
County was different.
and then the county was 2, or 1.
Oh, no, it
Fiji was 2.
was 5.
Oh, goodness sake. I don't, yeah.
Well, it's been above all summer, but now it's dropped off. Well, today is 4 inches below. It's still, it appears as it's above.
Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the July 29th meeting of the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust to order. The next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the July 15th meeting. They are in your packet. Are there any questions or comments regarding the minutes? Seeing none, is there a motion for approval? And it passes. Next item is a consent docket. We've got several plans and specifications. We've got some change orders and amendments, and quite frankly, that's most of it. About 13 items. Are there any items off the consent docket that the trustees have questions on or would like to pull for individual consideration? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the consent docket? Motion is second. Please vote. And it passes. Item 4 is a concurrence docket. There are 4 items on the concurrence docket. There are all items that we're concurring with the City of Oklahoma City, and all have to do with street improvement projects. None of the 4 projects have any AQUIT funds associated with them. Are there any questions about any items on the consent docket? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve? And it passes. We have one emergency construction contract this morning. It was a water main repair on North May between 71st and 72nd Street. There's a 48-inch diameter pipe, and it's emergency repair, and its estimated cost is $875,000. Questions about that? Is that in the heart of Ward 8? You want to make a motion? We have a motion and a second. And it passes. We have no items for individual consideration. Items from trustees, anything this afternoon? General Manager reports, Mr. Browning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I would really like to thank Josh and the rest of the team. They did an amazing job continuing to provide service when the 48-inch main broke, and most particularly to the 2 hospitals in that general area. So even though the 48 was out of service, they were able to redirect water flow to continue service to everybody. Now, they had a little bit of low pressure in the area, but it was a job well done, and I want to thank Josh and the whole team for all the hard work and looking out for the people who we serve. Secondly, lake levels. They're all full except Draper is 4 inches below full pool.
Okay.
And then finally, I'd really like to thank the staff who put together the agenda, Charity and her group, the engineering group, all the operations folks who submit the items for your consideration. So thank them for a great job. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Any questions for Mr. Browning? All right. Citizens to be heard. Robert Berg, you with us? Come forward. Mr. Berg, you have 3 minutes, so
I have 4 items.
yeah, you have 3 minutes, so you can prioritize that 3 minutes however you'd like.
I can't use it because I was told I could use each one individually for 3 minutes.
That's
what I was
incorrect. You get 3 minutes, so you may begin.
told. Okay, let me get set up here and I'll start here in just a second.
Okay?
Is there a button I push or something here? Do I push a button or I'm
You're on, sir.
All right, well, I appeared in front of the Water Trust in 1990. I was around and I have used Lake Hefner since I was a teenager, which was a long time ago. And I'm very familiar with the sport of sailing, very, very familiar. I created that program that was out on Hobie Beach. I stayed for 9 years and then I left. I went to Florida. So I'm pretty knowledgeable about what I'm doing. Yesterday, I'm working on getting a boat. I have a dry slip. I was working on a boat. It's a problem because it was not maintained very well. And so I'm putting it together. But again, I've had some health issues and I'm limited on some of the things I can do. And so I'm moving pretty slow. My manual dexterity is pretty bad right now. And I was out there most of the day. And I was hunting shade because it's 100 degrees. And people hunt shade this time of year at the park. And later in the day, the shade is in a grassy area. And I pulled my sailboat, not very big, onto a grassy area and continued to plod along. And security decided that, I was breaking a rule. And I guess I am, because this morning I was sent an email with the rule, which, I understand law, I understand rules. But in July and August and September, when it's 100 degrees heat, maybe we ought to be a little bit more flexible on how we treat people out at the lake. Because I was treated poorly. And the email was real poor, and the response when I asked her to call me back was, well, maybe you need to take an umbrella. Well, no, I don't need to be told what to do. And maybe I need to bring somebody to help me. No, I just need to plod along because it's kind of a complicated little process I'm in. So I don't know who is responsible for what's going on with the city managing what's going on at the lake. Jared at River Sports has been nothing but kind. By the way, your portal to try to rent something at the lake is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You go on there and it doesn't say anywhere that I could find, hey, you can't do this on your phone. You have to be on a computer. And so you spend the next 8 hours being just frustrated as all get out. It is the most unfriendly user thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. And the response from the city is hostile, is what it is. And so, somebody needs to look into that. It's just unbelievable. Again, I spent a lot of time around boats and sailboats and stuff. And I don't know how much time I have left, but, Hobie Beach is a beautiful place. And by cabling everything off out there, you guys have taken what is probably in the top 10 places I've ever seen to sail and turned it into complete chaos out there. The only people who are out there are fishermen and people taking drugs. I understand. I spent 9 summers out there, hanging out there, so I know all the problems that are going on at Lake Hefner and what goes on at Hobie Beach. I'm well aware of that. But somebody dropped the ball with that area by cabling it all off and not letting people take their boats out there anymore. Fishermen and drug dealers are out there. you know, that's what you want, that's what you got. And it's just sad. It's really sad. I have a lot of friends who spend a lot of time and effort helping develop that area, and all of them are just appalled at what they see. Again, I don't know who dropped the ball, when they did, because I left in 2000. I left town and I went to Florida, and I'm back now. I retired and I came back because I got sick of salt water. And a lot of things I learned at Lake Hefner, but you guys are making it very challenging for people to go out there and do stuff. Again, I think if you were to replace the concrete docks, you probably wouldn't be able to keep people out of there with powerboats, which is probably a horrible thing. But you know, Lake Hefner is a gem. I was very instrumental in what is out there, and also I gave Aubrey McClendon all my information on how to build a facility when he got the idea he was going to put a rowing facility downtown. So I know what I'm talking about here. You
Okay.
can take it or leave it.
You
Time's
have
up.
So
Great.
I will have staff look into the portal to see if we need to do some things to make that more customer friendly. We'll check in with the response with the police department who does the enforcement out there. And I know that there's challenges out there with the different user groups and security, and I know that's why some of the post and cable was put up. There's some undesirable activity that happens out there, and so it's a balancing act with security, and I know that's difficult. But we'll,
Taking your boat and putting it in the water on Hobie Beach is now impossible.
yeah, I understand.
So was not where your problem was. And again, one more last thing before I go. The gate for dry storage out there is big, and it's a mean gate, and somebody who has disability and has balance issues, somebody's gonna get hurt messing with that. Think about, you know, figuring out how to find the money to put an electronic gate out there for people, because that thing, that will chew me up and spit me out every time I open and close it. And, you know, again, I'm using a lot of finesse and technique doing it, but there's other people that just don't have the knowledge base that I do, and probably somebody's gonna get hurt. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. There's no other business before the trust, therefore we are adjourned.